What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Bob Build Something. I'm Bob. I'm gonna build something. So let's take a look. This is our fine bathroom. Pretty large. Here's me in it. This is what we're gonna build. We got this space here for our vanity. Instead of buying one, we decided we're gonna go ahead and make one. Drew up a couple different options. We chose the top option to go with. So we're gonna go ahead and get started building out this little vanity. Here we go. Here we are for a mid-project update. Got a framing of this vanity complete. What I'll end up doing is facing this with some plywood around that top edge. And then we'll end up running slats across the bottom to be able to put some baskets or something on. Next steps are cutting the plywood for the faces. And then the trim for the faces, we're gonna do a little X pattern on the sides and front. And then putting on the top. Top's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt because we gotta cut this 10-foot butcher block down to about a 30-inch section and then narrow it from 25 inches wide down to 22. So we'll have an interesting time cutting that down. One of the things I wanted to show you guys on this build is these nice pocket holes. Make it a little bit easier to connect these boards together. And then also with these holes here, once we set the countertop on, we'll be able to drive screws through this way into the countertop and be able to secure it to the base here. Pretty nifty little jig I got here. It's the Craig jig, today's sponsor. Wish. But these Craig jigs are really cool to be able to drill pocket holes accurately and quickly. This one actually, you just slide the board down in. Let me grab a piece and I'll show you. Like I was saying, you just slide the board in. See if I can do this one-handed. Isn't that what everybody says? You center it in there. And then this one's got a clamp. Let's see here. I'll just set it on there. This one's got a clamp here, you just push it down and it holds that piece in place while you take your drill and drill these pocket holes in. And then we've got all our pocket hole screws for each different size. Makes it quick and easy. You haven't tried one? Check them out. There's all kinds of different ones. This one's a little bit more of an expensive version. Not a virgin anymore. Definitely been drilled. We've got a change in venue. We got our surface prepped, wiped down. This is the underside, so I'm not too worried about getting it super smooth. But we're gonna lay down a coat of triple thick polyurethane, give that a quick sand. Actually, probably just do this one coat on this side. On the other side, we'll flip it over. We'll do 2 coats, sanding in between. Then we should be ready to install this actual vanity top into the bathroom. So get a little closer. After I do this first layer on here, I gotta wait about 2 hours before I can flip it. Then do my second layer on the top side, a couple more hours, do a light sand, and then one more layer, and then one more sand. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting on the different layers to dry, I'll probably go in and install some more shiplap in the bathroom, finish out behind the toilet up to the vanity edge, and then from the vanity edge over to the door frame, as well as maybe doing a little something behind the vanity itself so it looks a little nicer. But we'll go ahead and get started with this polyurethane for now. Time for the Vanity Light. The old light had a wider mounting bracket. This one will be a little bit narrower, but what we're gonna go ahead and do is start by marking where we want our drywall anchors to be, installing those anchors, and then getting that bracket installed to the wall. Then we'll go ahead and wire, and then put on our light bulbs, and we'll be back in business in here with some light. Help us work a little bit more, and then I think we're gonna start primering everything. We do have a little bit more of the shiplap to finish. We're just gonna do a top cap on here that will actually end up covering most of this junction box here, and then we'll run it all the way around. Still gotta box in this panel, and then we've covered up most of the nail holes, so this shiplap's looking a lot better. There's still a few spots need to be set in a little bit more and then covered, and then fill in all of our seams, and it should look pretty good with some primer on it. So let's go ahead and get started with this light.
Painting the bathroom.
Hold on to your britches.
The most exciting part.
All right, so we got our first layer of primer down. This wall looks a lot better without all the marks on it. We're slowly getting there around the top. Probably primer the trim before we put it back on, and then after another coat of primer, we'll do a glossy white in here over everything. Should look pretty nice. We do still have to paint this, but I'm not sure when we'll get to it. Maybe we'll do it after this first coat dries. It's pretty hot in here though, so break time.
What you working on?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out this sink. So we got our sink, we got our vanity top. I'm just gonna go ahead and slap this on here and see if it leaks. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any plumber's putty, but it came with a washer, so hopefully it's got enough tension on it to be able to not leak. We got one of these fancy ones. You just push the button. Instead of the little...
This is our sink stopper, for clarification, in case anyone didn't know what it was.
Yeah, we're getting our sink put together.
This is for the bathroom.
It is indeed for the bathroom.
It's a little raised sink. It's gonna look cute. Can't wait to have a sink in there again.
Yeah, it'll be nice. What we're gonna do is set the vanity top and then use our pocket holes to secure the top. I have put a little bit of liquid nails around the edge of this vanity to help hold it in place long term, but for now, just set her on there. Call it a vessel sink, so it doesn't actually sit in, it sits on top. So we're going to use this liquid nails, a nice bead around this sink in order to hold it in place. One of the things to think about if you want a vessel sink is how much leaning on it people might do, like a child or an adult that acts like a child. So we'll do a healthy bead of liquid nails on here.
So this nut is actually too big to fit in here. So Robert's looking for his tool to make a little bit bigger hole so we can get this flush with the countertop.
All right, so we made a nasty, ugly cut, but we were able to get the sink in. So
Ta-da!
overall win.
It's just a little messy. We'll redo the caulking here.
I think we'll be able to get in there with the little squeeze tube. But we're in place.
We have a sink!
Now I just gotta figure out how to get the plumbing hooked up. But for now, I call that a win.
Winna winna!
Alright, after a little bit of frustration, figuring things out, we have a sink that's not leaking yet. Give it time, maybe it'll start leaking. But what we'll do now is we'll add a face on here, and on this side, and on this side, and then a little bit of trim. And then we'll pretty much be wrapped up with a vanity besides one more coat of paint. We'll use the same paint that we paint the walls with, so everything's a nice clean white. Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Well, hello there. Welcome to our new bathroom. As you can see, it's white on white with brushed nickel features. It's not quite done yet. We got a few things to wrap up, a little bit of caulking here and there, painting the door, changing out the shower head. But for now, we're going to put a pin in it and start working on our kitchen. I think it came out pretty decent. Nice shiplap in, homemade vanity, a lot cheaper than buying one, so that's always a plus. But yeah, it is what it is. We got our nice, awesome shower curtain. Probably one of my favorite parts. What do you have to say?
Yeah, we just found it today. It's our shower curtain from back home. I love the bathroom. So like you said, we still have some things to do. We want to replace the fan eventually. We're going to replace windows. So right now, we're just going to cover that up with a nice curtain soon. We're going to do a frame around the mirror. I don't know what else. We might do a shelf. I don't want to do too much in here because it's a small bathroom, so the less we have, the better. But I love it. It's bright in here. So
It's a lot brighter than it used to be.
A lot brighter.
A nice
The
vessel
door
sink.
needs to be painted and the hardware is switched out, but
Yeah, the door, we were not going to point at the door.
it's clean on one side, but the other side's looking a little gross.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of washing and painting.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have a nice clean bathroom floor,
Yeah.
a vanity that's not disintegrating, and my favorite feature, the toilet. This is the elongated chair height toilet. So it's not as low and the bowl is longer. If you're getting a new toilet, go for the chair height elongated. Trust me.
Has the soft close lid.
Oh yeah, no slamming the lid.
This is Robert's throne, so this is what he likes. We bought him the toilet he wanted.
That's not quite the one I wanted. The last toilet we bought actually had the sides were vertical from the bowl and tank down.
Yeah, so it was flush.
Yeah, so you didn't have to clean that surface area right there where the bolts are. But it would have been an extra hour-long drive to get one of those. So
yeah.
we passed.
Take what you can get when you can get it.
That's right. Nice lights. Sherry picked those out.
Yeah. They're a little bit more modern than Farmhouse, but I like them. So that's all that really matters.
That's right.
But we'll throw up a before and after picture so you can really see how much brighter things look.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe for more amazing content, and comment down below what you liked most about this video.